The purpose of this short presentation is to provide you with an overview of the team project directions in SLS 1122. Now you may first ask yourself the question, why should I even work in teams? What is the significance of working in teams? Why can't I just do the assignment myself? Well, those are some great questions to ask yourself, and some answers that I've kind of compiled over the last few years is it definitely helps you build better organizational skills. It also helps you to improve those interpersonal communication skills, that is, those relationships and those connections that you make with other people. It also helps you to acquire and practice collaboration skills. And what I find to be the most important reason that you should kind of embrace the idea of working in teams is to better understand how employers are actually looking for college graduates who can work effectively in team environments. And also, it can be an experience that can be both enjoyable and positive, and you can work with diverse personalities and ideas. You never know what you're going to learn from somebody else. So, what are going to be the different roles and responsibilities in this team project presentation? I'm not going to read through all this because you're going to have this as an attachment so you can go back and read these in more depth. But in a nutshell, you're going to have a team leader who kind of helps motivate and guide the whole team. You're going to have a co-leader. You could think of the co-leader like the vice president of a company that kind of helps support directly the ideas and the initiatives of the team leader. And then you also have the team members who are equally as important, but they're not taking on those specific leadership roles. That doesn't mean a team member can't be a leader within the team project as you're working through it, but for the purposes of this project, you're going to pick a team leader, a co-leader, and then you're going to have additional team members. There may be 3 of you in a group, there may be 4 of you in a group, there may be 5. So depending on how many you have total will dictate the number of overall team members that you have. But you'll always have a team leader and a co-leader, and you'll decide that within this first week of reviewing the assignment. I'll talk a little bit more about the assignment itself. Again, I'm not going to read this all in depth because you can go back and review this at your leisure. I would definitely recommend that the leader and the co-leader do this within the first couple of days so that you feel really comfortable about what's going on and what you're going to be working on. And then I ask that you also communicate with me any questions that you may have, excuse me, that you may have on behalf of the team. So in a nutshell, the team is going to choose up to 3 possible topics that relate to a social, political, or economic issue that impacts college students today. You're only going to be assigned to one, and it's going to be in a first-come, first-served manner. You're going to be submitting your 3 topical choices when you submit your charter or your contract, as I like to call it. And then, of course, whoever gets to me first, I will assign those topics in that particular order. So once you get started, if you can think of 3 really good topics and you can get your charter or your contract updated very quickly, go ahead and send that to me as quickly as you can, or upload that to the discussion board within the team planning area so that I can go ahead and assign that to you, because we're not going to have repeating topics in the same course. So that's why it's important that you try to get your number 1 topic to me, or all 3 topics rather, to me as quickly as possible. And then if your number 1 topic has not been selected, then you would be awarded that topic. If your number 1 topic's been selected already, then I would go to your number 2 and then number 3 if number 2 has already been selected as well. So there's going to be these various check-in points. We've already talked about the first one, which is your topic choice submission and your charter and your contract. These will all be submitted to your team planning area. In fact, these will be submitted on the discussion board area. The second thing you're going to be submitting is the midpoint PowerPoint presentation. This is just an update letting me know who's worked on what you've accomplished, and if there's been any obstacles and how you plan to overcome those obstacles. The last thing that you're going to be submitting as part of the check-in point assignments is the team project log. This is a wiki that's located within your team planning area that gets updated as you go in and you add information to it. Please be sure to review the presentation that I have about navigating the team planning area so you can see specifically how to use that wiki. It's very easy to use, and I even give you an example as you go in there. Please note that Any late submissions on these check-in point assignments will result in a 2-point deduction applied to the overall team grade. So you're not specifically getting grades for these check-in points, but I do deduct 2 points from your overall team grade if you don't submit those to me on time. The main crux or point that you're going to be working on throughout your team project is the completion of a PowerPoint presentation that must be 10 slides, excluding the title page and the reference page, and which also includes a minimum of 3 outside citations that should be incorporated into your presentation using MLA format. So again, this will all be related to whatever topic you are assigned based on your 3 topical choices that you send to me with your contract. You'll also complete a very short 1.5 to 2 page overview of your topic, which would also be about your presentation, also in MLA format. For this one, you only need to include 1 outside citation or a source, and you can use one of your sources that you use in your PowerPoint presentation. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. The last thing that you're going to be doing is an individual assignment, and this is where you're going to kind of reflect on your experience working in your group. There's a specific model, the Tuckman team development model, that I'm going to introduce to you in another presentation, and I also have resources available about this particular model. But you're going to reflect on your experiences as it relates to this specific team development model, and you're going to kind of walk me through those 4 stages of this the team development model, and you're going to reflect and relate your experiences in this team project to those 4 stages of team development. So it's very straightforward, very easy to do. But this is about collaboration and you working together as a team. As I've said before, there'll be a team planning area provided for all of your teams inside the course room. I even have a presentation that shows you how to navigate that that you can find attached to the resources in Blackboard. In the team planning area, there'll be rubrics provided. There'll be a discussion area for you to communicate with each other and also to submit certain assignments, which includes those 3 check-in points that we talked about earlier. There'll be assignment directions provided to kind of guide you through. I even have templates to help you with the charter, and even your final reflection, there'll also be a template that you can use to answer those 2 questions. There will be a team-only email, and there's a chat area that you can use. It's actually called Collaboration, and you can actually chat with each other in real time as you work on this project. And then, as I said before, you want to review any YouTube tutorials in the team planning area to help you and support you throughout this process. Again, there are resources that are available for you that take what we've talked about in this presentation and it gives it to you step by step. Team leaders and co-leaders, I definitely recommend that you start strategizing on how you're going to motivate the team and kind of walk them through these stages of team development as outlined in the Tuckman model of team development, all the way from forming to performing. And you'll see what I mean once you review that presentation about the Tuckman model of team development. It's very important to ensure that there's cohesiveness, that everyone is able to share their ideas and opinions, and that way you more quickly move through the stages of team development. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me in Blackboard. You also have my phone and contact information located in the syllabus, but I'm happy to help you. I'm looking forward to seeing these presentations and overview papers that you're able to work on as a team, and I'm very interested to see how you collaborate throughout this project.